What the hell is a Pim's cup, Vic Henley?
It's Pim's. It's a New Orleans brunch drink.
What's in it?
Pim's.
I don't know what Pim's is.
Well, it's a liqueur. It's Pim's and some cucumber, I believe is what it's garnished with properly, and a little sweet and sour, and you have it on Saturday or Sunday morning. Exactly.
Grab yourself a beer, martini, or choose your poison, because you're about to hear an episode unlike any episode you've heard before. Disregard the previous suggestion if you happen to be driving.
Here's the deal. We are at Ribbon on the Upper West Side.
Beautiful place. Beautiful place.
You love it?
Good chicken. Good fried chicken.
Well, me and Vic, this is our place. And the other day, Vic Henley texted me and he goes, I feel like I'm cheating on you. I'm at the Ribbon without you, having fried chicken. That's our meal, Vic.
It's true. It was Thursday, and I still feel soiled.
We usually come here, we have the fried chicken and those damn deviled
eggs with either hot peppers or a fried oyster. And then Carl, being Carl, did the double hot pepper and fried oyster.
Because I'm a professional. If you've seen me on the Food Network, Wednesdays and Sundays.
For the first time, I dipped my fried chicken in honey, and man, I got to tell you, that was delicious.
I got to tell you, I derive pleasure today. I'm a happy guy, even though my life is completely turning into a supernova. I love that Opie enjoyed the fried chicken from top to bottom, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, he's the only one that ate the bones clean with a Southern gentleman in the house. I was very surprised. He got you, Vic. I watched the whole thing.
I agree. I thought I gnawed pretty good. That's all I can say. I'm missing a tooth. I've had a dental emergency. I'm going to claim handicap slightly.
Would you stop showing people how old you really are on this podcast? What was the thing you said last week with the Sadie Hawkins? Yeah, he has a Sadie Hawkins mention, and now he's talking about what tooth are you missing?
I broke a tooth in the back, and the dentist keeps telling me for like 6 years that he's like, I could just pull it out.
Wait.
He just keeps respackling it.
Wait. Statute of limitations on tooth excuses.
Right.
6 years?
Yeah. It breaks all the time. It breaks every 2 years because I grind my teeth and I don't wear my mouth guard at night.
You have a mouth guard? Oh, my God.
It's an old Pee Wee football mouthpiece from 1974. But I'm actually supposed to know. But I do grind my teeth, and I break my tooth, and he fixes it every 8 or 9 months. Whenever it breaks, he fixes it again. Because he initially thinks that he didn't repair it correctly. So I get it done for free. Once a year, I go in and he respackles my tooth.
We are the Opie Radio Podcast. We are very hip.
You need a shaman. That's what you need. Opie had a shaman, and he'll fix your whole tooth up. Throws arrows and stuff. Opie, tell him about the shaman.
After I got fired we all got fired from SiriusXM, I went through a tough stage there, and then it was suggested to me because, I've done some hippy-dippy stuff in the last few years, meditation, yoga, and whatnot, Reiki massages.
Boo.
You said boo?
Boo.
Have you ever had a real massage?
Of course I've had a real massage.
No, not like where they jerk you off. You've never had a Reiki massage?
A what?
A Reiki.
No, I think her name was Drakey.
Ricky Chicky Tabby? No. Reiki.
You've never had a Reiki massage?
That's a whole, let me just touch you lightly.
No, they hover over you.
That's not even a massage. They're not even touching you.
I'm kind of with you on that, actually.
I want a light massage. I'll go to my aunt's house.
No. My girl took a Groupon and thought she was getting a massage about 2 years ago, and it was even less than what he's describing now. And the lady said, we just create an energy above your body for the next hour. We don't really... And my girl's as sweet as she can be, But Nikki got really mad because the lady literally just hovered around her for like 30 or 40 minutes and never touched her at all and was trying to create some kind of energy vibe, Ben & Jerry's, Marshmallow Peeps.
I'm open to some like new age stuff, but the Reiki thing is ridiculous. They literally hover over you about an inch or two above your body, and supposedly that does something. And then the group of people I've been hanging with, they're like, you really need to have a shaman come to your house after everything you've been through. And I had a full-fledged shaman.
Really? What have you been through?
Well, just all the backstabbing.
Nothing.
You son of a bitch. How about the backstabbing?
Okay, all right. There's some.
How about the backstabbing?
Oh, you're right. Okay, I forgot about that.
How about the people turning on me after I showed them a great life?
I did forget. You're right. I did, but we flushed that turd, so I forgot about it.
100%.
I'm saying.
But there is.
I can't believe you guys are complaining. I live in a movie set. Like, it's literally, it's not even a real place. I've had it.
A shaman came to my house, legit,
Okay, I'm listening.
with tribal drums.
African or American Indian?
American Indian.
Native American.
Native American.
Shaman.
Yes.
Dream catcher in his hair.
All that shit.
Everything.
All sorts of necklaces.
Turquoise.
All that.
Navajo.
All that. Set up a little ceremonial thing.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
But you did this.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Keep going. Oh, far be it from me.
Then he had.
Don't keep going.
Then he had tree branches that he kind of rubbed on me while we were meditating.
Sage. There was no sage.
Oh, plenty of sage.
Tumbleweeds. Rosemary.
A little rosemary, no tumbleweeds.
You know, rosemary is the bully of the herb garden. I learned from Carl Ruiz.
Absolutely it is. I couldn't even hear you. I'm so fucking mad right now.
You're still mad?
It takes me a little while. When I drink this much, it takes me a little while to come down because I'm grinding the guardrail right now at 100 miles an hour.
And I snorted stuff.
No.
Yeah.
I don't really want to tell the full story here. I'm just giving little pieces, but I snorted something, and I'm like, I've never done heroin, but I'm not sure if I just snorted heroin.
Peyote? Might have been peyote.
It was some kind of plant that was tobacco, a lot of tobacco, and my body was fired up.
Kratom? Was it the kratom stuff? That's
Some plant, some Peruvian plant. I need Mike Cannon for this.
All right. Okay. Well,
And my body was on fire. You ever do heroin?
no.
I don't think I have, but I did this twice, by the way. I forgot to tell you that. I did another session, Carl.
No way. As someone that's an expert in South American plants that turn into powder, you did not do heroin. If you did you get itchy and scratchy?
No, my whole body heated up though, and it was on fire. I was like,
But like how? Like what? When they don't have your green juice ready in the Hamptons?
super. I was.
Kale, goddammit! More kale! I'm
Rich Hulk.
I was. Let's just put it this way: I was super alert. I was aware of every inch of my body.
I've been there. I've been there.
So I want to do like a full episode. I want to do a full episode on the shaman coming to my Upper West Side apartment.
Vic, he told me, he's like, I think I did heroin. I'm like, do you still have your apartment? He goes, yeah. I'm like, you didn't do heroin.
That's true. It was quite the experience, though.
Well, you know, I mean, how much did this cost you? Let's get to that. What did this?
Honestly, it wasn't that bad.
Well, what's the number?
My wife paid. It was maybe a couple $100.
$250, $300.
Tops. Nothing crazy.
That's crazy for doing nothing. He didn't even touch you. Carl has a question.
He fired arrows at my enemies in the middle of meditation.
Okay, all right. Oh, you didn't say that part. Yeah. You didn't really?
Yeah.
Literally? Carl's got a quote, Carl.
He goes, you have a lot of negative energy around you. It's not coming from you, but there's a lot of people that are
coming from the goddamn shaman. That's what it's coming from.
I want to say, that's just Twitter, but...
Now, this is like the fortune teller, you know, saying everything you need to hear, I believe.
I don't think you're wrong. But he said he was firing arrows at my enemies to protect me.
And that made you feel good.
I was too worried whether or not I did heroin or not to worry about all that other stuff. I'm like, is this guy a drug dealer? This is how he like turns people on to fucking heroin, and now he's gonna be my dealer for the next 20 years.
So you snorted some woolite, and you gave this guy $300.
Fired up.
Did he hurt anybody? Did the arrow miss and go through Roland's cupcake? Because everyone's still alive.
I did have to lay down after a while.
Opie, you lay down without his shaman. I called him today. I said, hey, listen, I'm having a rough day. Let's go out and day drink. He goes, thank God you called me. This is the text. Thank God you caught me. I was having a nappy nap. Yes or no? Let's go to the videotape. Like one.
Do I have to pull out my phone to prove I didn't write nappy nap Vic Henley?
I believe Carl always. I believe Carl.
Watch this. Here we go.
All right, you're pulling up your text?
Yeah.
All right, I'll pull up my text, motherfucker.
Let's do it.
Let's see. I'm pulling up my text. Giving you the numbers for the podcast, which are terrific.
Great. Good job.
Let's see. I don't see it. Can you do tomorrow? Because we're doing stuff tomorrow. I just woke up from a nappy. All right, there it is. There it is. Okay.
Well, not nappy nap, but still, in the court of law, I've got to go with the kid.
God damn it, Carl.
Nappy and nappy nap are the same exact thing. You know what? I've never texted any of you guys. I'm nappy.
Yeah, so here's the deal. I finally set up the podcast. I was minding my own goddamn business, and it was very obvious that Carl wanted to hang with somebody today. He's having a rough day. That's all I could say. If you heard part 2 of the cabin, Carl's creepy cabin episode, then you might understand what's going on. So he just shows up at my apartment, and next thing I know, I'm in the worst, darkest Tammany bar on the Upper West Side on a beautiful sunny spring day.
First of all, it was dangerous outside because the first day that it was warm, people were walking fast, you can get hurt. So we went to a safe space, which is a little Irish bar that plays Patsy Cline.
Malachi's across the street over here.
Yeah.
Malachi's across the street over here, right?
That's exactly where we went.
Right. With a little walking after midnight.
That's a good place, like on a Wednesday night in the middle of like winter.
But have you ever thought about drinking until whatever your day is perfect happens? Like sometimes I think, oh, this is a great bar for Wednesday. So I get there Tuesday, and I'll just drink all the way until I'm there. I'm a legend.
Carl's polite, though, Vic, because he shows up at my apartment. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Something's not right with Carl today. And I'm like, hey, man, let's go eat. Maybe we'll go do a podcast. And he's like, yeah, that's cool. And then he's hinting that he really wants to go to a bar, and I'm still not picking up on it. And then finally he's like, I need a goddamn drink.
Well, okay.
Well, let's start with
and that's right. And then somewhere I felt a disturbance in the force.
Yeah.
and I sent him a text about the same time going, hey, what are you doing?
Vic is a different animal. He's like, hey, fat piece of shit, where are you? I'm like, I'm over here, you blind bastard. He's like, I'm on my way. And it was it. But when I show up to Opie's apartment, which is funny. So there's 2 elevator banks. It's hard to figure out where his apartment is. I figured it out.
I want it to be hard to figure out.
It's like Jason Bourne lives there. You can't even get there. So I get to his. I mean, he has a beautiful home. And you know what I love about his home? It's really lived in. Maybe 2 lived in, but it's very lived in. Like the kids' paintings are everywhere. Like everyone still loves each other.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm coming from the opposite. You know what I mean? I get there. I'm like, wow. And I gave his wife a bottle of wine, and his wife is super funny. I like talking to her sometimes.
Lynn's very funny.
Earmuffs, Opie. Sometimes better than talking to Opie.
I'll be the first to admit. I'll be the first to admit. I'm the bore in the fucking relationship. We go out. She holds court, and she's way funnier than me.
I was able to sit with her in 4 minutes, and that's what's great about a Philadelphia person. 4 minutes, we talked about my whole relationship, and at the end, she just called in the closer. She's like, "Got to do what you got to do, cuz get out there and play ball." I know, and it's so refreshing to me. It was so refreshing because Opie's wife was like, "All right, man." Like she looked at me. She looked at me like I was a boxer in the 9th round. She's like, "Can you go? Are you good? Are you good? Give me your gloves. Look at me. What's the number after 5?" I'm like, 4. She's like, "Get in there, kid."
And I'm still not reading the signs. I'm a terrible friend. I'm like, hey, Carl, look at my laptop. The numbers on the latest podcasts are really good. And Westwood One is really happy with us. And he's sweating. He just needs a drink and needs to fucking unwind.
Opie goes, "Hey, man, I'm gonna slip out of my onesie." So he's like in his pajamas, right? So this is why we were there so long. He gets out of his pajamas, and
From his nappy.
he gets out of his nappy pajamas. He goes into his room, right, which is the size of my future, right? And then he comes out with a different color pajama. So I figured maybe he's taking a nappy somewhere else. It's not a small apartment. You know what I mean? So I'm like, maybe he's going to the west area of the apartment to take a nappy. And he's standing there awkward. I'm like, and then I finally figure out, I'm like, this dude's dressed. Oh, we're ready? I ordered a little seafood. I ordered a plateau de jour.
Ooh, I love plateau de jour.
Ooh, I don't even know what that is, Carl.
3 tiers of raw seafood and lobster.
What is that?
3 tiers of raw seafood and lobster. This is the same you would get if you're having an affair with Poseidon.
I used to call this the Stanley Cup of seafood. Because that's how it comes.
Clever.
That's that. Yeah, sometimes.
So I'm
Mississippi, that's 2 shrimp cocktails at Applebee's.
I'm just stupid though. You were at my apartment and I didn't pick up on the signs that something was very different today. My wife certainly did.
She picked up on it very quickly. I'm surprised you didn't notice that your wife was she's very perceptive. She's like, Carl's crying. Opie's like, you want to see some podcast numbers? I'm like, sure.
Everybody likes us again. Let's just salve over whatever crippling depression that's going through your soul.
Full-blown crying. He's like, fucking allergies suck, right, bro?
And then we're wandering around and I'm thinking we're just going to get sushi, maybe do like a regular podcast. And then finally Carl had is like, I need a goddamn drink.
Yeah, I was like, that's it.
And then I'm like showing you kind of like hipper, cooler bars that might have the sunlight coming in nicely.
No.
And you're like, no, I need something dark and dank. That's what I'm feeling today.
I want to king tut myself in some museum, and this bar is perfect. And Opie's like, we stop at this. He's like, this place was rated 4.5 stars on Yelp. I'm like, I'm going to stab myself with a chopstick.
Oh, wow, look at this. The Stanley Cup of Seafood.
Stanley Cup of seafood with some tequila, it looks like.
That's beautiful, sir. More stuff coming up? Oh, caviar. Caviar.
Ooh, caviar.
Oh, is that shrimp toast?
What's shrimp toast?
This is delicious.
It is old school shrimp toast.
I'm not eating no shrimp toast.
For caviar, you have to have the shrimp toast.
I don't believe in caviar.
What planet are you from?
I don't get caviar.
Really?
What?
Why don't you eat caviar?
Because I don't get it.
What do you mean you don't get it?
I'll eat a good.
I'm going to explain to you caviar.
I'll eat a
Turn the
caper.
propane down for a second, Hillbilly.
I know we're taking a picture. All right, let me get back to the story. So then I finally picked up on the thing, and then we went to the dive bar, and then I'm like asking the guy what beers he has. Right? I'm hoping for something. Yeah,
Something fruity?
I'll be honest, Vic. I was hoping for a little grapefruit beer or something a little on the fruitier side. He goes, I got Coors Light and Heineken. I'm like, okay then.
I look at the guy, I'm like, one too many.
Just started. And then every song that came on the jukebox, I'm like, oh boy. I started thinking that Carl, like,
Why? Okay.
all love,
What was the first song?
all Rihanna from Fleetwood Mac.
I like Rhiannon.
Rhiannon, I should have said it right. Yes, Rhiannon.
The Welsh Witch.
And then what was the song? It was all sappy love songs. I'm like, God damn, Carl, did you fucking feed this jukebox to make it really hurt?
I know a girl from Lexington, Kentucky, and her name is Rhiannon Lorelei. From Rhiannon, Fleetwood Mac, and Lorelei by Styx.
Yes. I know that song.
So her dad had to change her name to Rhiannon because they would not let her be baptized in the church being named after a Welsh witch.
No.
Yes. So her name was going to be Rhiannon Lorelei, and now it's Rhiannon Lorelei, but because of the Pentecostals in Lexington weren't having it.
That's incredible.
That's great.
I'm going to teach you guys how to eat a platter royale. So the first thing you want to eat on a seafood platter, right, are the clams. Because clams have the most delicate flavor when they get warm. And the French way of saying is they taste like shit. Warm clams taste like shit. So you want to eat those first. The second is the oyster. The third is the shrimp cocktail. And what you want is the lobster to settle. So we're going to eat the lobster fourth. And then we're going to feast on a little caviar. And I'm going to show you how to do the standard Russian setup for a little bit of caviar. Coming from the sturgeon fish, which is a prehistoric, majestic animal. Opie, we don't care about your Applebee's experience last week.
Are we going to have a pop quiz? I'm just going to eat. Why do I have to eat it your way?
Let me tell you something. Opie's playing dumb, but he's from Long Island. They've eaten clams before they had toothpaste out there.
Good. So good.
I love clams.
Right.
Oh, so briny.
Well, I need some cocktail sauce.
Okay, no problem, Mr. Thurston Howell. You're all set. Welcome to the island.
Why you call me Thurston Howell? Because I want cocktail sauce on my raw
Because you're
clam.
literally calling out things that you can do on your own. I need cocktail sauce.
Lovey Howell. Here's some good. Lovey. He listens to Yacht Rock is one of his favorite channels.
See you guys. It's great that we're back together. I missed you guys. I missed you guys so much. I'm a little bit different now. I'm a little salty, but we're gonna work through it, guys.
All right, we'll get through it.
I believe in Carl.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine. You fucking pieces of shit.
So I don't know. This sushi place got 4.5 stars. Finally, Carl had it. I'm like, I've been hinting for the last hour. I need a goddamn drink.
Cocktail.
I'm like, oh, I see what's going on here.
It's funny thing. Opie keeps saying the same thing, but then he finally he put me in the schedule, right? So he was like, we should go get some sushi and then go do a little podcast. And he's looking at my face, and I'm getting angrier and angrier. He goes, we should get a drink and then do some sushi and then do the podcast. And I keep looking at him. He goes, we're going to drink. And then we're going to drink some more. And then if you want to do a podcast, we'll do one. And he looks at me and goes, let's go drink.
And that was our conversation. And I'm like, then if there's time at the end, maybe we'll do a podcast?
If you don't hang off a pipe somewhere in the bathroom, then we'll be fine.
No, he's going to be okay. He's all right. It's been a tough day, though. But, I mean, reading, you don't get a lot of chances to read the correspondences between attorneys negotiating a deterioration of something. So I'm keeping it open. I'm just saying, but I wish so good.
I'm a sick person because I love Carl. I love Carl to death and Vic Henley, of course. And I'm sitting there as a content provider, a sort of a programmer in this radio world. He's showing me text messages. I'm like, oh my God, Carl, if you want 1 million downloads tomorrow, all we have to do is read these text messages. We can read them, right?
Oh my God! I mean, the thing is,
no, we can. Go ahead.
I mean, we can, but I mean,
just tease. We'll do it on a future episode, and then that'll keep everyone, listening.
Text message episode. No, but it's just a difficult day. I got today. So this is real talk, guys. No more bullshit. No more laughs. For 2 seconds. So what happened is I decided in my relationship with my wife that it's not it's not going to work, right? So when the finality of things happen, it's very difficult. And what I decided. And I decided this a long time ago. I made a promise to my wife, and I keep my promises. And I told my wife, I said, no matter what happens.
Vic, how good is that shrimp?
All delicious. Completely. I'm chewing. Go ahead. No. Sorry. I'm really good. I'm eating with my mouth full.
I know. It looks delicious.
No, it's amazing. And I did break the chain of what we were supposed to eat in order.
I did notice that.
But really good.
Awesome.
Can I talk to you, buddy?
What happened?
Hey, what's up, Opie? Let me tell you.
What were you saying, Carl?
Let me tell you a little story about you doing that fucking again, okay? You pull that mic away from me when I'm talking like fucking I'm on a Jenny Jones show. You're going to fucking I'm going to wear a skin suit dressed like Opie. I'm going to go in your house and make an omelet.
I was listening.
No, you weren't.
I was kind of.
I was the shrimp, Harry.
I was kind of listening.
What a motherfucker. What a motherfucker. That made me madder than my divorce.
Well, we were doing real talk. I figured we'd have.
Oh, now we're going to do real talk.
Oh, they love podcast sounds.
We're scaring these people.
All right, for real, what were you saying?
So, I decided a long time ago. I told my wife, and I still love her. You know what I mean? She did a lot, and I did a lot. I said, at the end of the day, I made a promise to you and the kids, and everything was going to be okay. And you know what I mean? And when I say things are going to be okay, they're going to be okay. So I decided to give her the restaurant.
What?
Yeah.
Breaking news. Wait, you're getting rid of Marie's?
No, shit. Marie's is now Marie's.
No, I mean, you're getting rid of your portion of it.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. So that when I was coming to the city, I got the thing from the lawyer, when I read it, it was so hard for me because it's like, I resign from this business, and I'm like, wow, this is it's like losing a child. You know what I mean? You build something from nothing, and then all of a sudden it goes away. But it's the right thing to do. You got to keep a promise.
How do you handle real emotional shit, Vic Henley?
Hey, I'm with him. I'm a truth teller, and you got to do what you got to do, whether you like it or not. And yeah, if you make a word, you got to stick by your word. So.
Carl's he's a real guy with a real heart. But that's a bombshell.
That's crazy. I just selfishly want the Porknado for the rest of my life.
That's your nickname now?
No, the sandwich.
Okay, I'm like, she's already got nicknames, cuz?
You know the Porknado.
I know it very well.
You invented the Porknado.
Wow, I'm in shock. We drank for 3 hours. You didn't tell me that part.
Well, because now, it's time. We're sitting down, we're breaking bread, and that's what's up. So that's it. I'm out.
Wow.
What are you going to do next, Carl?
I'm going to party like a Twisted Sister video. I'm literally sitting next to an ounce of caviar.
Whatever you want.
When will it be safe to call you again?
Let me see. Probably June 2025.
Oh, you're going that deep. You're really going that deep? It's not that deep. It's not that bad.
Vic's been through this twice, right, Vic?
Oh, I'm a genius when it comes to ruining things.
Any advice to Carl?
Move forward. Keep eating. That's really keep laughing, keep drinking, bother us. Bother us all day, every day. Come to the goddamn park, sit in my deck, do whatever you want. Bother. He stormed into your world today, so feel free. Carte blanche.
And I have to say, Opie was. A lot of people say that Opie's this way and he's quiet and he was so accommodating to me. He opened his doors to me, and I was in bad shape. And he was nothing but a gentleman, and his wife was a queen. I mean, it was very nice.
It took an hour, but then when I finally figured it out.
He didn't tell me what floor he was on, which is kind of weird. But I thought it was like team building experience.
Team building? And then
President Opie's like a trust fall, but you're always falling.
Can I tell Vic you gave my wife a lovely bottle of wine?
I had a bottle of Turley I took from somewhere that it didn't belong to me. A 1996 Turley Zinfandel Old Vine, one of the best wines. So,
what makes it such a good wine?
It's delicious, Opie. You're not going to get it. You want to talk about finish? You drank Silver Oak for 3 years. You're like an old guy that won the Masters.
What the fuck's wrong with Silver Oak and Duckhorn?
Everything's wrong with that.
Those are my two favorite, Vic Henley.
I know, but I'm going with Carl always, across the board, on anything food or...
Silver Oak your favorite?
No, Silver Oak.
You know what that's saying?
I mean.
That's like saying, I have a sequin iPhone cover. Like
the white Mercedes convertible of wine.
But your dog... Oh, it's like... Your dog's dressed like the Red Baron in the convertible. That's what the fuck that is.
I never heard Turley before, so explain that.
So Turley's a brand for people that don't take advice from waiters. Turley's a brand that it's a single vineyard. It's bottled at the vineyard. It's one of California's finest. Turley's. I would say out of everyone that's listening to this podcast, probably 5 people will know. But right now, they're punching the ceiling of their car. They're so happy. It's like, holy shit, you got a Turley.
It's a Zinfandel, I believe, right?
Yeah, I said Zinfandel 3 times. So
you did. Well, it's kind of loud at Ribbon, and, my ears are pretty much deaf.
And I'm eating an oyster, and it's wonderful. With the mignonette.
Oh, you had the mignonette?
You got to have the mignonette.
What's a mignonette?
It's a vinegar and onion and pepper little...
Why can't you just...
All right, Carl, go ahead.
Why can't you just call it a vinegar thing?
It's vinegar and shallots.
So why do you have to have
the original one is actually Verjus. Verjus is the first press of white wine, and then they would make that a Meunier. But it's usually shallots and but maybe Vic Henley's right.
There's some bell peppers in there.
Red onion.
All right.
And the vinegar turned it to look like a pepper.
There you go. All right. See, but I love the shallot. Carl will always tell you, in life, you need like 4 things in your kitchen or 5, and one of them is the shallot.
I hate shallots.
What?
Sorry, I got so angry.
How are you angry at a shallot?
I just fucking...
It's like being angry at a penguin at a park.
It might be the texture again. Remember we were talking textures?
You like onions?
It's
a texture of an onion.
Like kind of a red onion, maybe.
Well, this is exactly a red onion.
I know what a shallot is. I hate them. It's like an onion that's like been in an asshole. Oh, all right, that bombed. I'm going to grab a shrimp now.
I'm leaving that joke on the table.
Oh, boy, did that bomb.
It's fine. Welcome back. Welcome back to Things That Aren't Funny.
I don't need you to tell me when I'm funny, you bitch.
I needed to see you guys today. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I'm glad I called you. I'm glad. No, I didn't know what he was doing, and then I'm like, it's Monday. I'm not doing anything, and then he's like, I'm in the city roaming.
I just wish I picked up on the signs faster.
Yeah, that would have been good if you would have caught those signs in the first 3 hours. That would have helped me out amazingly.
That's good food. Is this tequila? I think there's.
No, that's not tequila, is
What
it?
is this, Carl? It's tequila
2 shots of vodka.
in the Stanley Cup of seafood. You're supposed to know the reason behind it. Is it because of vodka with the caviar? Maybe. Are we going Russian?
It's Russian. Okay. So we have Russian caviar. So it's
I never knew that it came with vodka.
anyone that eats caviar drinks vodka. Vodka is the perfect accompaniment for it because it's sharp. The alcohol is sharp. Caviar is from the gods. It comes from a fish called a sturgeon. Have you ever had it?
I've had caviar. I hate
Had
it.
it with the whole. Can I make you a setup and you?
Please.
And it's bad.
And I'll be totally honest too. I won't be a goofball.
Okay, talk to Vic Henley.
Are you capable of not being a goofball? Well, he's really going to do you right here. This is like going to the Kentucky Derby and having the, Calvin Bow Reel saddle you up.
I hate the Kentucky Derby. It's stupid.
Really?
It's stupid.
Have you ever been?
No.
You're stupid.
Why am I stupid? Because I don't want to wear some dumb fancy hat?
It's a tornado of hot Southern chicks that say hello to you when I creepy stare at them from nice hat. They're like, hi. They're beautiful.
Yeah, but the race is only, 90 seconds?
2 minutes.
I've never
2 minutes, right.
Fastest 2 minutes in sports.
It's the dumbest 2 minutes in sports.
Really? No, come on, man.
Stupid.
No.
It's crowded.
No, it's not.
This year it rained.
No.
There's no way anyone actually had a good time there.
Carl stole a quadruple magnum of.
Wait, what happened?
Carl stole a quadruple magnum of I think, is it Vuvi Clicky? Was it Vuvi Clicky? Dom Perignon. It was Dom Perignon. So he stole a quadruple magnum. Not a.
big one, like when you were in Formula One.
Yeah, as big as Carl.
Wow.
And he was prepping for a party, and an old man in a seersucker suit came in and said, "My granddaughter was having a 21st birthday party next weekend, and I was wondering how much if I could purchase perhaps the." And Carl, there was no one else in the Dom Perignon tent. He was the first guy there because he was doing prep, and so he just ran over and took the thing down and gave it to the guy.
Did you really?
Yeah, so I give it to him. He goes, "Well, how much do I owe you?" I said, "Hey, motherfucker, you're stealing it. Run! Run!" And he just ran out. And then his kids, who ended up being very prominent Kentucky bourbon barons, they said, "We're looking for the fine gentleman that gave our grandpappy a giant bottle of champagne." I said, "I know what you're talking about. Get out of here." They go, "That's you, ain't it?"
They knew right away.
They knew right away.
Wow. All right, is this prepared, the caviar? Just about? You're studying it.
You got a caper on there? No caper?
Capers are right. I put them next to the egg.
So what's on there, Carl?
All right, so we have a little bit of capers, caper berries, non-perils. Those are small ones. We have red onion, expertly chopped. We have egg yolk, which is fantastic. Creme fraiche. It's supposed to be creme fraiche for the consistency. This is sour cream, but you won't know the difference. Your palate is still, it's washing cars still. So you won't know.
Selling real estate in St. Augustine.
Exactly. Right. Eat it head on. Take a bite. The whole thing.
The whole thing. Nice.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's damn good. Damn good.
Now you fit in your own name, Thurston.
That's damn good.
No, I knew you can't.
Can I fix
No, you please, Carl. I would love one. Thank you very much.
Wow, that is good.
No, it's absolutely amazing.
Why is some caviars ridiculously expensive and others aren't?
Well, it all depends on the grade of the egg. Usually you have...
The grade of the egg? Oh, of the fish egg.
egg.
Right.
type of fish. So you have Osetra and Beluga, and there's a lot of little things that differentiate it. Even though I'll give you a little tidbit. If you're eating caviar in the United States, you're not eating good caviar. Because to bring this into, they consider it a raw product, which is stupid, but they have to add a certain chemical to stabilize it, like for a scallop. So in the United States, you're not really eating good caviar. And a lot of people say that Russian caviar is the best. They are 1,000% wrong. The best caviar in the world comes from Iran. Iran.
For real?
For real.
Did you know that, Vic Henley?
And I ran.
Well, that's what I thought, too.
So far away, couldn't get away.
Name the backup hit.
Ooh. Oh. Flock of seagulls, I ran, and then I saw your eyes.
Oh, my God. Yes.
And then I think that's them, too.
Yes, it is.
I had a girl touch it one time to that song. Mr.
We were
Henley.
falling in love. Okay, got it.
Straightforward.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
That's good shit.
No kidding. Oh, my God, Carl. That's perfect.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so good.
I don't know if you've ever watched the TV on Wednesdays and Sundays, but I'm pretty much there doing stuff.
That's really good.
That's good shit, right?
Other people as much as I you two.
God damn, that was really good.
Space Age Love Song, right?
Yeah, that is Space Age Love Song.
Good. Very good. So now we've done the caviar.
Oh, my God, Carl. That was, oh, man. I need another one. Yeah, I need another one.
Be my pleasure.
Give me another one.
If there's one thing, and I'll tell you one thing about being in the restaurant business. If you're good at this, or you're good at what I do, you have to love to be a servant. You have to be happier with other people's joy with food than you are with your own. Like if there's a bar, I want to be behind it. If there's a kitchen, I want to be manning it. Because to me, I derive more joy from other people eating than myself.
But where's the joy come from? Like you look out into the dining hall and you can see someone enjoying it?
When I walk into a restaurant, I can hear the cadence of the click-clacks of the plates, of how the plates are being pulled off the line, and I know if it's running right or running wrong. I look at a couple faces. If I see drops on top of noses, like little sweat drops on top of noses, we call them Rudolphs, that means you have a problem. That means that station is stressed. It should run like a symphony. It should run like a symphony.
Well, the caviar is terrific there.
Imagine that.
What's the most expensive caviar in the world?
Iranian caviar. I've only had it 3 times.
Can you tell the difference, though?
Carl, how much an ounce?
650.
600 an ounce?
650 on a good day.
Holy shit.
Right, exactly.
How the fuck did they discover that stuff is that much of a delicacy?
Oh, it's easy. I mean, back then, remember, you
It's not easy because I talked about this over the years. Like, there was a time.
easy. I told him to bring it, and he brought it.
But there was a time a long, long time ago that people that came before us, they had to try everything and decide which was good, which was shit.
You've never.
Wait.
Opie. When you're hungry, you try everything. You know, when you're hungry, you'll try everything. That's a good one.
Who do you think I am? I've been hungry
When?
most of my life.
But you had a little pack of bugles in your little knapsack.
Yeah, that's it. He goes, yeah, that's it.
Huh?
Damn good, right, Vic Henley?
Ready for another one?
Yeah. I've been hungry most of my life, Carl. That's the truth.
Well, you're hungry now. Look at that. You put a bunch of bumps together and you get numbers, cuz.
Yeah, kid. No, I come from not much. You know that.
Well, I think you were fine. I think there was just too many of you.
We had 7.
Someone should have got hit by a car soon.
They made him. I just told this when I was golfing a couple of weeks ago, and Madigan and Ron White were bringing this up, and we're talking about doing the show and everything, and I'm like, no, I go, he's got a bad back. It's been bad since he was a looper. I go, his mother used to jerk him for the money. No, that didn't come out right.
No, I got you, though.
But she would make you kick over, just like the beginning of Caddyshack. Hey, cough it up.
I lived the opening scene of Caddyshack without a doubt, almost to a T.
And I told
We were really, really poor. And then I finally figured out, holy shit, if I caddy, I can make some money. And I thought that would be great for me. But in the end, that meant coming home from caddying and giving all my money to the household.
Well, and I saw, when you told me that story for the first time, I laughed my ass off because I didn't know this. And then we were all doing the show back then, and then you started, and I'm like, you were? And you're like, no, dude, I was caddy shy. I'm like, she made you? And she's like, yes, she made me cough up the money. At the end of the day, Chris Stefano is still traumatized by this because he can't believe that he thought that was extra over the top.
And then I had a dilemma because I was in a crazy household, and now I was working for free because my mom grabbed all our caddy money. So now I'm like, well, there's no incentive to work, right? But then getting out of the house, getting fresh air, and doing the caddy and help my mental state.
And I told them about the guy that he was always a cheap tipper, but then the one day he got a lot of $10.
You remember that?
They were very fresh, right? They were so fresh and crisp that they were slick, and he didn't know that he was double tipping, sort of. So he was kind of he thought he never would even give you 10, I don't think. But then, oh shit. But then he tried to slide you off a couple of bills that day, and he actually gave you like 50 instead of 10.
I'm so happy you remember that story. He was a southpaw. I wish I could remember his name. And he had crisp $10 bills, and he made sure, back then the bag was $10, and he made sure he didn't give anything extra. Like everyone else was giving extra, and he would peel these $10 bills off. And yeah, he gave me I think it was a couple extra 10s, yes. And we had a good laugh at his expense as he walked away.
And everyone knew his name, and it was the old, just like when you're back at the caddy shack at the end of the day, you're like, oh my God, so-and-so over-tipped like a hundy today by mistake between everybody involved.
And then I started hiding my money in the walls in my room.
That's the best place to put it. That's the best place to put it.
I would wrap money in tin foil and put it in the radiator. We had electric. So I would pop up one of the vents and stuff it way in.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, because I was convinced I was going to run away from home.
Enjoying the circus?
Whatever it took to get the fuck out of there.
You're going to meet me and Carl one day?
So my mom would be like, hand it over, how much you make today? And I'm like, those days I was probably making $100, $110 a day with a lot of money, when we were young. And I'm like, yeah, it was a slow day. I had to wait on the caddy bench for 4 hours. I only made $40 today. And then I would run up to my room and wrap the rest in tinfoil and hide it. True story.
Too hot? Did it not burn? Weren't you worried about?
Oh, I was always checking on it.
Burning the money, or?
But then I found out that the wallpaper in my room peeled away, and there was a hole, just a natural hole. And then I was happy that I could actually, stash it in there. I bet you if I went through my old house that I grew up in, there's probably money still in the walls.
I'd love it. Oh, you.
What'd you say, Carl?
My walls are bare. I walked in the other day, I'm like, what are you guys making microchips in here?
Oh, my God. Wow.
Killing me all day. He's been killing me. I'm so glad I was not doing anything at 4 o'clock. I called him. I'm like, what are you doing?
You don't want to keep it day drinking all day. To me, day drinking, it's like the Black Pearl shows up, man. It's on. It's on.
It wasn't even really that bad. No. The bartender at that bar was miserable, though.
Yes, he should be. Let me tell you something about day drinking. You don't want a happy, peppery bartender. You want someone that has one more problem than you do.
Oh, he had a few problems.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
I could write problem on his fucking forehead with a Sharpie. Who's calling you?
I'm a busy man. I'm wheeling and dealing, brother.
That's for you.
Oh, we all get a shot of vodka?
Yes, we all get a shot of it. Well, we got J-Mo and I'm telling you, Carl, that's one of the finest bites. Those are two. That's
3 bites.
Good. Then I'm telling you, that's 2 of the finest bites I've had. That was really, really good.
That caviar was ridiculous.
Right, and for the
assembles caviar for you. When someone assembles caviar for you, it's the ultimate luxury. So you have one of the best chefs in New York City making you caviar. You're going to be okay, Mr. Henley.
No, that's what I tell all my friends all the time. I'm like, you don't know who I know. I'm like, in about 1.5 years, I've been spoiled rotten. I thought I was spoiled till now.
I thought Big Henley was going to do the right thing and maybe go down south and bring me a sugar glider for my new apartment because I got nothing else to do but chase a flying squirrel.
I forgot he called them sugar gliders. Those are the flying squirrels.
The first time he said sugar glider, I remember we went to commercial at Sirius XM. We went to commercial, and I looked at Vic Henley. I go, "What were you talking about?" He goes, "Sugar glider." I said, "What is that?" He goes, "Flying squirrel." I'm like, "I love you, sir. I love you with all my heart."
Hand-trained, hand-raised flying squirrel.
3 commercial breaks and a live read trying to say how a sugar glider got stuck in the old record player TV set combo.
I think that influenced all of us because when I walk around New York City and I see a squirrel, I'm thinking maybe this one could be a sugar glider.
Well, Theo Vaughn, it's a Louisiana thing. But it's in the South. It's a sugar glider. I think they're even speaking of the caviar, there might even be Iranian sugar gliders. That might be a double trivia question for somebody.
How far does the sugar glider fly?
At least 7-8 feet.
That's it. That's just jumping.
Well, yeah, you're right. That's exactly what it is.
He turned me on to turkey buzzards the other day.
Oh, remember? No, we had a lady that called in one day. Now, maybe Carl wasn't there. We had somebody called in. That's the ugliest, nastiest. No, have another.
This is more important than our giant podcast. Are you ready for another caviar?
Of course. It's delicious.
Yes, Carl.
All right, after this blackjack dealer, we're done, okay? Continue with your story. I'm here. I'm working.
What the? You could have just made them.
Maybe I could just make them.
We would eat them. Trust me. They're delicious.
Can't tell you how quickly everything deteriorates. That caviar is toxic to all these ingredients. So if you make it and let it sit on the bread and it weeps just an ounce, you're not getting weeps.
Weeps. Moisture drips in. Weeps.
Yeah, and, all right. Sugar gliders. Yes, back to you.
Hand-trained, hand-raised, non-biting pets. You go to Woolworths, get a hamster? Fuck you. Come to my house and get a sugar glider. Come to the Henleys. We got squirrels for sale.
You did not train squirrels to do what they do naturally.
Well, yes. We trained them to...
What was the training regiment?
Putting a peanut in one hand and holding the sugar glider in the other hand, and then raising both hands as far up and above your head and shoulders as you can get, and making the fucker jump to get his food. That's training. That's training.
That's not training. Come on.
That's complete training. What are you talking about?
How many hours a day? How many minutes a day? Half hour?
30. Right.
Were you really convinced you trained him? Come on.
My brother was completely convinced that he was the P.T. Barnum of sugar gliders.
Did you have
where else on any other show are you going to hear those words together in a sentence?
Did you have any duds?
Oh no. If they fell, they just clammed onto your arm and crawled up and got it anyway.
So you guys weren't doing shit.
So okay?
Excuse me. Do you like a lot of bread, a medium amount of bread? Do you like it highly toasted?
Ever how you did the last two.
Right away, sir.
What is he doing?
He's making the perfect caviar sandwich for me. He makes sandwiches for a living. You don't know who we're saying?
Not anymore.
Oh, well.
It hurts so good.
God.
What song is that, asshole?
John Cougar
Hurt so good.
John Cougar Mellencamp, back when he was John Cougar.
How about the way with 9 Inch Nails hurt?
That's Billy Joel's Chrissy Brinkley, Carl.
Let's go with the hurt songs. 9 Inch Nails.
Oh.
John Cougar.
Oh, now you're
Give me a couple more hurt songs.
Johnny Cash.
Well, that's 9 Inch Nails.
But it's
I hurt myself today.
and I'm a
I love that.
That's Radiohead, but that's not a hurt song. We're looking for hurt songs.
he just you meant if it actually had the word hurt in it. He just meant songs that makes him hurt.
Oh, okay. I think every song makes him hurt today.
No, that's why I said that, right?
I think Happy Birthday makes him hurt today.
Start crying. Right.
What?
The chicken dance will make me cry today.
YMCA. He's in tears over
YMCA.
For no. Celebrate by Kool and the Gang. Breaks him down every time.
These are delicious. Mr. Henley, enjoy.
Carl, you're a good goddamn good man. Man. Woo. Oh. I'm telling you.
Disappointed?
No. You gotta have Carl feed you caviar.
Love hurts.
Okay.
Little Nazareth action. That was delicious, Carl.
Hurt songs? I don't know it. I can sing my lawyer's phone number.
Everybody hurts sometimes. REM.
Man, that was good, Carl. Thank you, man.
Want a fun one?
You got sour cream in your beard.
That means it was delicious.
Give me a fun one.
Do you really want to hurt me?
Right. Yes, we do. Robin Williams. Yo, Robin Williams. Do you? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. I got a brag today. My nephew became a brain surgeon down there in Atlanta at Emory. That's a pretty good university, right?
It's amazing. No, that's really looks like, that's old white people rich Atlanta doctor money.
That reminds me of my university.
And I'm sitting in a bar day drinking with Carl.
And I really don't know who is the better off. I think maybe you are.
Wasn't Carl.
No, I don't.
Wasn't Carl.
He's having a bad day.
You think he's having a bad day?
He's having a bad day. He's not doing well. It's funny. I'm enjoying it.